Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. If the upcoming civil engineers from Invertis University go to construction field, so they will surely prefer ACC. Well, now it's time for our guest speaker. Let me introduce him, Professor K.K.PANDEY. He did his M.Tech in remote sensing from Roorkee University and doctorate from Kumaon University, Nainital. Starting his career with the National Hydroelectric Power Corporation Limited (NHPC), he was a key member of the team which established the consultancy division in the organization. Professor Pandey has created successful models of development in rural area which are the first of its kind prominent being. I request Professor K.K. Pandey sir to address the students. Sir, please.
Very good afternoon. Very good afternoon. Tired after 1 hour of video? What is your lunch time? 12:30. So lunch would be nearing you, right? It's nice to be here connected with ACC Cement and on this series. Times have changed. And I'll go back 30 years when I started my career. And cement companies never came to campuses. Cement companies never went to customers. Customer went to cement companies. When I started my career, it was at the Tanakpur hydroelectric project, very near to this place, on the borders of Nepal. Cement was given by the company after being given an order by the government to give us cement, and we had to daily knock at the doors in the factory to get a rack of cement. My first experience was not with ACC, and when I was first sent to get the cement, I went to Chittorgarh. We talked to the company. With great effort, they agreed to give us 1 rack of cement. Since it was in the narrow gauge, 900 tons of cement given to a government organization was a very huge effort. And in lieu of the cement that they gave to power sector, they were given extra power by the government in the time that they were having power cuts. Right? So that was the first experience. From there they made us to run to get a permit from the railways from Ratlam. I got the permit. I had gone on a 1-week assignment to get 1 rack of cement. Project was just starting. This is 1986. This is exactly 30 years. Month of May. Everything was processed. Saturday they said the rack is under loading. I had to get back. In those days you didn't have telephones, you didn't have mobiles. The only communication with the project was to send a telegram. So they said, we'll send you the rack of cement today. I came back to the hotel to take a train back or a bus. Evening I got a message from an officer from the head office that you have to stay back and 1 more rack of cement has to be dispatched. It was like in the heat, going daily to the factory and getting a cement and not still getting it. My first experience with ACC was when I went to the Katli plant. Then we had to get cement from there. So when I went back to that plant on Monday morning to get the railway receipt for the dispatch, they said your dispatch has been cancelled. So that was my first experience. So I'm just sharing how times have changed. Today ACC in the dealers also is saying that you have the doctor for your test and other thing. That was a time when you had to struggle. So from Banbasa going to a plant in around Chittorgarh meant that we took a night bus from Banbasa, was there in Delhi in the morning. In those days you didn't have the 4-lane road, so it was terrible road. Morning you were in head office, Delhi, they will give you the permit that the government has given to NHPC or to the plant. From there you went to the evening, again you took a bus because normally reservations would not be fast. So Monday when I went to that plant and got this, I was very bogged down that if I had gone back to my chief and said that one rack of cement 900 tons are on the way and it never landed, what would be your face to your chief? As a young engineer, when you are starting your career and your chief, you are saying that 900 tons of cement is coming and nothing is there. So I took my visiting card to the manager concerned and he said, is it true? I said, sir, I am telling the facts. So he called the sales manager and he asked why it was cancelled. Anyway, to cut it short, the advantage was that he promised me, he said, what do you want? I said, I only want whenever I come, give me 1 rack of cement. So this was a deal with that company that whenever I would visit their plant, that week they will give me 1 rack of cement. So that were times when getting cement for a project, and when we picked up peak into that project, we had a bottom line in our store of 10,000 tons of cement. That was the bottom line. If the stock in the stores went down from 10,000, means there's a crisis, you have to run around to get cement. The companies didn't give cement that easily, that they're coming and approaching you, you take my cement. So times have changed and it's very appreciative the way ACC has shown you how things are there. The most important thing when you're talking about cement or construction is how well you are taking care of the quality when you are actually doing it. I'll share another experience. When the project was nearing completion, we had to join our tailways channel with the barrage which was already in existence at Banbasa. That was a barrage which was constructed by the Britishers and it had no cement. The stonework that was done on the wall was only surki and chuna. And believe me, we could not break that wall. And the tailways was to touch there. I was in charge of the tailways at that time. And we had thought that in the month of February, when we come to the last stage, the earlier excavation will happen. And then we will start excavating the walls which are there. Because at that level, the water of the barrage was already there. And the excavator will take out the wall. The heaviest dozer D155 could not break that wall. The blade of the dozer got tilted, but the wall, not a single stone got shifted from there. Why I am sharing it is the quality of construction that you are ensuring. If you are ensuring that the mix is proper, the water cement ratio is proper, and the time between the initial setting time, you are using the cement, you are sure to get good quality and then taking care of the care which is there post laying of the construction. So if you are ensuring that the heat of hydration is properly taken out. So we had to then remove each stone by using a compressor, and then stone by stone was done, and that project area below the water was never removed, that is still there. So with this, because time would be short, the presentation which was given to me, I had made a presentation on GIS. How many of you have learned GIS? Raise your hand. What GIS is? The presentation is longer, but I'll cut short on that. And what I'll do, I'll first take you through some videos which would be of interest to you of what constructions are happening. just sharing this slide, energy, where it is going. We are talking about green energy, we are talking about renewable energy. So since power has been something where I started my career, so there are some of these slides which will just give you different technologies. Take out the silt which otherwise get accumulated. You can see in this case, otherwise normally what happens, you see the excess water comes out from the top of the reservoir. Here they have created the exit on the base of the reservoir, which will help the silt also getting exited from the dam. You can say is a well type. Any one of you who has visited TEDI hydroelectric project? So in THDC, if you see, they have a combination of 3 exits in the dam because it's a rock-filled dam, and you must have learned that the critical for an earth-filled dam is that in case of water overflows the dam. Right? In case of concrete, even if it has flowed, it's not as dangerous as if it has flown over a earth-filled dam. So the first exit is a normal spillway that they have created. The second is a similar type of a well. And the third, what they have done is they have connected their construction shafts with an exit. So first level, the normal exit will happen. Second case, the water will exit through the construction shaft. And in case there is any overflow, there are no gates as per this project. It is just a well, so any overflow will automatically then enter through the well-shaped exit for it. The power of concrete, and the energy that is coming out is getting dissipated. come to the presentation which was basically on GIS. So today when you are seeing everything, whether you are using your smart phones, you are on the internet, you are using your different applications. If you are going to metro cities where Ola cabs or others are coming, all of them are now working on GIS. GIS, the background goes to about 50 years back when it was started by the Americans and it was used for the army. So the basic aim was to keep track and locate how you could be able to send your advanced missiles and locate them where the enemy target is there. If you have been reading about the recent wars that are happening across the world, you will find that most of them are using missiles which are guided, and that guided is again using GIS. So from the use of GIS for the army, it has come to our day-to-day use. You go to a new place and you want to find another location, all you do is you start the map and you are able to get the track where you are there. The application providers, the cab provider, the moment you book a cab, the cab only gets to know where he has to pick you up. So his app gets activated, he reaches your location, the moment it starts he knows where you have to be taken for, and then he'll be guiding the taxi accordingly. The advancement which has taken from this place too is where if you have phones where suppose you are moving and your map service is open, they will also alert you that if you want to, if it's suppose a lunchtime, suppose at this moment I am driving to a new city, the app will also alert you where you can have a restaurant for lunch. If you are driving in the evening to a new place, the app will also alert you if you want to hotel, it would be at this and this place when you are crossing. So GIS today has multiple applications. I'll just run through this slide a little faster because it's a long presentation and I would not think of making you wait for your lunch. So what do you need in this? As you all know, the hardware which will be able to track down the app so that it is in front of you, the network which is giving you the data for the same, and the data which is being uploaded. Now, how many of you have used the recent game which has come? Right, so what are you doing? On a live when you are going, you are catching the Pokemon. What on the back end is happening, suppose